We have here the 2023 Rysel Rcr in a size medium, weighing at 17 pounds, 12 ounces. And in kilos, it's 8.04 kilos. That's with mount, cage, and pedals on there. Stay tuned to after video here. Free to buy some tests on those Zip 4 wheels right there. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video. And today I'm very excited because I was able to finally get my hands on this beautiful road bike. It is the 2023 Rysel Rcr road bike that retails for $7,000, and they're pretty competitive in the road bike industry right now. They have plans on becoming one of the next top 5 brand manufacturers for road bike sales, and also I believe in 2024 they're going to be going to the World Pro Teams and actually sponsoring a team later on down the road to be actually in like the Grand Tours, like a Tour de France or other teams like that. No teams have been confirmed yet, but they have big plans, as they said. And also down the road, this is their RCR, which stands for Racer. They're going to have an RCR Pro model, which will be their World Tour ready bike. A little bit lighter carbon, stiffer material, everything like that, which will probably be spec'd with a Dura-Ace. But this is the bike right here. I actually reached out to Decathlon myself and emailed them and said, hey, I'm very interested in your bikes. I want to see what they're all about. They were so gracious enough to send me out a bike to test for a little bit, so I'm going to have this bike with me for a while. And it is a size medium, but I'm making it work. I don't have a problem making it work. But I just want to see how it rides, how it feels. And it's a company made, and they're out of France themselves. So want to go through the whole bike. I did ride it today. I put about 31, 32 miles on it. We had an average speed like 23, 24 on the computer. So very happy with how this bike performed today. They give you an amazing group set on there, the Sram Force, a new revamped Sram Force with the Quark power meter on there. And you get Zip 404 Firecrest wheels in there as well for $7,000. So they're doing a really good job. I'll do a later video where I actually do a ride video where I have someone come out and film me and talk more about the company themselves. But today's video, we're just gonna do our standard walk around, show you guys what this bike offers to you, some things I like and some things I don't like, and also give you guys my final thought on the bike itself. As of right now, I think they only have this bike model. So this is the only bike they offer for $7 grand. I believe they're gonna look into lower tier models with maybe like a 105 or rival, and then like I said, they're gonna make their RCR Pro model later on down the road that's gonna have like their Dura-Ace or SRAM Red or something like that. But this is the only bike you can get, and I think this is the only color they offer as well, and I'll put a link down below where their website is. But the bike looks sleek, it looks stealth, it looks very, very racy. It looks like a lot of other race bikes out there, but this company does some things differently, like the thicker seat posts, like the wider drop seat stays, like the bottom bracket, which is a BB86. But we're going to talk about what this company does for $7,000, okay? So this is, when I always say pre-COVID prices, this is literally pre-COVID prices. What I mean that is that all bike companies like a Specialized, like Trek, like Giant, all their SRAM Force and Shimano Ultegra bikes used to be about $7 grand with top tier wheels and SRAM Force in there. So this is still hitting the nail on the head, and this looks like they're going out for some competition out there. So very cool. So starting off with the cockpit on here. We have here their own, they teamed up with the company Data, and excuse my ignorance for I believe it's Rysel. If someone can explain in the comments, I was only talking with the gentleman in email, so I don't know the exact pronunciation for how this goes. I've just been calling it Rysel, because I like the name of it. But if it's Rysel, I do apologize. But for the handlebar itself, this is the Data handlebar with the Super Zone, and it's RS. Again, they teamed up with Rysel to make their own handlebar and stem combination for this bike. On here, I don't know if it's just this spec because it's a demo bike, but this is a medium bike with a width of 440 millimeters, so it's a 44 centimeter bar. Much wider than a lot of companies out there right now. Like a lot of these companies are going much more narrower. But the bar, to get a carbon fiber bar at this price point, is a really, really good deal. And then also for the stem, you also get a Adidas stem as well. And it's a Rysel stem, the Super Box stem as well, with a 100 millimeter stem. Very nice. Like I said, this is my exact measurements and exact setup for a size medium, and I'm about 6 foot. I had no issues with the reach. If anything, I would probably want a longer stem. The only complaint I have with this bar is that when I'm in the drops here and I go to sprint, it hits. It's pretty close to it. So that's just my take on that. It's my little qualm with it, but other than that, it's just me complaining about nothing. The cables are ran through the handlebar and then underneath the stem, which they have this little kind of cutout right here. Now again, this is a demo bike, so it's not the cleanest, but they do have this little clip that broke during shipping, but it's supposed to house the cables in there much more cleaner. So it goes something like this, like that. It'll look much more cleaner like that. The spacers are a breakaway, so if you did need to go ahead and lower the bike or get your fit more acclimated, you can. You can also swap out your stem very easily to go ahead and change out your fit, so that way you don't have to actually redo your hydraulic braking or redo all of your, rebleed your brake systems on there either. You too, man. For the handlebar tape itself, they are paired up with a lot of the Physique components, like you see the Physique saddle. So they have on here Physique tape as well. This came out of the box like that, so again, probably just from shipping, but it is paired with the brand new Sram Force component. The revamped Sram Force group set on here. 12 gears in the rear, 2 in the front, and it does come equipped with a power meter. It is a wireless shifting system, and the levers are carbon fiber. They revamped the Sram Force by making these hoods much smaller than the last year's Sram Force. And again, people are kind of liking them. I like them as well. I didn't like the Sram Force, the Sram Red shifters. I actually like this smaller hood size in here, so it is a nice shape. But yeah, very, very nice. Going down to the front, they have their very minimalistic logo of the VR for Van Rysel right there. Going down to the wheels, you get a very competitive wheel set on here. These are the Zip 404 Firecrest wheel sets, a big name brand wheel set to go along with the $7,000 price tag. You get bladed spokes and their own zip hubs. And these tires, you guys know me, I'm very old school. I like thin tires, 25, 26, 100 PSI. As you guys know, the Zip 404s are a hookless wheel. They can only go up to a maximum of 73 PSI. So these tires that come on this bike are the Michelin Power Cup. This is my first time seeing these tires in person. They are tubeless ready, and it's a 28 tire, very slick. And they have tubes in them right now, but you can make them tubeless if you want to. I didn't want to, again, because it's a demo bike. But I rode them at 73 PSI, and I will say, guys, that this bike did feel very good with this PSI in there. Very comfortable. Now, I don't know if the sport of biking is supposed to be comfortable. I mean, you're on a bike for 2 or 3 hours. But it did make the ride a little bit more smoother. And I wasn't beaten up as much after the ride, I will say that. But it's a brand new bike. Obviously, there's some excitement there. So we'll see how it goes after I do a couple more rides. I'm going to be riding Saturday and more days during the week, next week as well. So we'll see how my long-term review goes of this bike. Going to the rotors, you have on here Sram Force center lock rotors and a 160mm rotor with the Zip center lock badge right there. You have the Sram Force disc brake caliper as well, and then you have the Van Rysel logo going all the way down. For the bottom bracket, you have a good amount of carbon there. It seems like they're taking up some of the new UCI rule to add a little bit more to it, but this is their all-around aero kind of bike, and it's paired with a BB86 platform system. It is a press fit. So inside there, the bottom bracket is a SRAM Dub BB86, and it is a press fit bottom bracket with a SRAM Dub crankset. Going back over this side, like I said, you have the RCR logo right here. They will be making RCR Pro later on that will work with the World Tours. The bike did come equipped with their Van Rysel carbon fiber cage, which I did like. I think that looks very, very high end. I like that logo a lot. They should make this black bike in a chrome decal for the logo. I think it's really badass. You got a little bit of lich right here. You have the Aerolite high mod carbon fiber frame, aerodynamics tested by Onira, the French aerospace lab. Like I mentioned before, this company is based out of France as well. For the cranks on here, it is a SRAM Force crank arm with the 172.5 crank arms, and you do get a 4835 tooth chain ring, and these being the new SRAM Force crank arms with the cork power meter on here. I did not know this, but these new SRAM Force crank arms with this cork power meter, they are dual-sided. So when I was reading with my power meter today, it gave me left and right power output readings, which was really nice. You have the brand new SRAM Force front derailleur, the SRAM Force chain, and then on the rear we have the 1033 SRAM Force cassette as well. Wish it was a rainbow, but beggars can't be choosers. And then the newly updated SRAM Force rear derailleur. Yes, they are a wireless system. You can take the battery from the front, move it to the rear. You can take the rear battery and move it to the front if you ever forget to charge whatever you need on there. The frame is a UCI legal. We do have a medium sticker right here as well. And also you have this little designed in Flanders with the little Van Rysel logo right there as well. The seat stays are dropped, and you can see they're nice standard seat stay. They do flare out a little bit more to give it a little bit more aggressive profile for the aerodynamics, which is really cool. You do have a little plug here just in case. I believe you can make it, no, that's for Di2 running. The rear wheel is the exact same as the front. It's a Zip 404 Firecrest, and the rear tire is the exact same as the front. The Michelin Power Cup 700 by 28C. I really do like the cream wall on the side, and the tires are very, very slick. I do like I said, I do like these tires. They're actually a pretty cool tire. I will say that. Going to the rear, we have a 140mm rotor with a SRAM Force disc brake caliper, and then these are a through axle system. That looks like a 5mm for the rear and a 5mm for the front as well. And then for the seat posts, This is a little bit more thicker. This is definitely more of an aero seat post on here. And you have the integrated proprietary seat post wedge right here. This is a 5mm to go ahead and loosen and tighten this up, a little bit of a cover right there. And then you have their own proprietary Van Rysel carbon fiber seat post. And then for the saddle is the Physique Argo saddle, nice wide cutout. And this is my first time riding this saddle for 40 miles. I did kind of enjoy this as well. It's very firm, maybe because it's brand new, but I was rotating a lot and riding pretty aggressive on this ride. And I felt like my sit bones were getting up much support, and I didn't have any pressure on my soft tissue area, so I did like that a lot. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this review. Like I said, I will have some ride videos of this bike to show you guys what it can do in action, and then I'll have my final review analysis later on down the road. I will put a link down below where you can buy this bike at, and thank you again to Van Rysel for going ahead and let me test this bike out for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below, and I'll do my best to answer for you. Thank you guys, have a good day. Bye. Here comes a free buy sound test of the Zip 44 Firecrest with a Zip hub. All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.